What is up, my dudes? It's your boy Musha, coming at you today with another video. This time we're going to be talking about Smoke and his new buffs that he got. I'm just going to go over some stuff that I found. It's still pretty early, so this was requested in the comments, and I'm going ahead and just kind of doing an update on some tech that I found. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So what he got recently is he got his air vapor cancel, which I'll be honest, that's not a huge deal. Like, this was not really anything that helped him in any like real way. This is kind of nice that you can cancel this in midair now, because the thing is that this button will get caught out a lot, right? So you can get people that are trying to up block you. Like, if they're gonna up block you, you can go like this and then start your combo, or you can go like this and then grab them. If you have Scorpion, you can burn, do like a full combo from that, or a full like throw, damaging throw. So there's that. Now, something that did kind of change, and it's kind of worth noting, is that in the last video I said you could do back 2 forward 3 to do the vapor cancel, right, and then go back. Now if you do that, then what will happen is he'll do the air 1. So you have to do back 2 and then back forward 3 this time, like normal, and then you can get this like you used to be able to do before. So that's one thing. Another thing that kind of helps is actually the EX version of the air cancel, which gives them a restand. So that could be good, because if you find the setup where you're already invisible. So let me explain it this way, actually better. Smoke's issue, one of his issues is that he has trouble with Oki, right? Because all he has is this. He doesn't have any good buttons that lead to combos that are easy to time. Like if you compare, like for example, if Kenshi knocks you down and he does this, it'll cover your window of whether you're delayed or not. So if I put get up delay on, then if I go like this, it still covers that, see? So he still has something to hit you when you're getting up. But with Smoke, if I go back to Smoke now, if I do that, I have something for that timing, but if I do delay wake up, then, I mean, that's really easy to punish. It happens all the time. So since he doesn't have any kind of like simple Oki to throw out, having a restand that stops them from being able to fall in the first place is actually kind of nice. So this is one way that you can use that, right? So if you're doing a simple combo, right, let's just say this. Right, and now they're restood. So now you can go for your mix, and the advantage that you have from that, it varies, but it's usually in the 30s. So there's 26 with the combo route that I did before. Ooh, it didn't do it that time. See there, it's 24. So, oh wow, it was pretty low that time. So I mean, you can get a back 2 and they can't mash. You can get a forward 2, a forward 3, and they also can't really do much about that. So it just really depends, but the timing does change on the EX one. So yeah, it can vary quite a bit, especially if I go like this. I think here it's 26. So yeah, so it varies depending on what you're doing. Another one that you can do if you're Smoke alone is this. You could do that. That's 28. You could also do this and restand them, because normally that combo would go like this. Right, and do 34. Here, you could do that, and then you get a restand. They could lead into more damage if they guess wrong. See, so you could do that, and then I mean that's kind of a scenario you might use the restand for and stuff. So it's not really. I wouldn't see it as one thing. It's not a damage buff. It's not really meant to give him more damage. I mean, he already has good damage. For 1 bar, Smoke already was always getting almost half your health. See, so that was for 1 bar. That's 48% for 1 bar. If you try to spend the bar on the restand there, it's not really worth it. Whoop, let's try it again. Right, I could do that or something. I mean, either way, I'm gonna get like 50 or so, but I'm spending an entire second bar just to get like 2 or 3%. That's not worth it. You're better off keeping the bar. And even then, if you wanted to get that kind of damage, you can still do that. See, I was already getting 50 there. So it's not really giving him damage. So I wouldn't see this as a way to, like, you know, do this with your combos instead. Not really. So, but where it really does help him is, like I said, so you can do restands with the EX, right? And this is what an invis setup might look like, because that could get really strong when he's invisible, right? Because here's the thing. So Smoke, normally, let me change characters. So if I put Smoke, let's just say I'm controlling Kenshi now. I'm going to put Smoke to do his back 2. I'm going to put him to do his forward 3. And I'm going to put him to do... well, we'll just leave it at that for now. So his mix normally is... It's actually super reactable. So if I have him do this random hidden, he's going to do random mixes. So I can go... See? You can react to that pretty easily. So if you're going to notice, see, I'm blocking every single time he does that. And the only other thing that maybe he gets is that he gets, let's do it too, right stick, put it back. He also gets this, right? So that's another option. And then he also gets, oh, I'm sorry, let me try that again. He also gets that. So now that's 4 different options. If I put him to do that randomly, you're going to see that, oh, whoops. Let's put off, and let's do random hidden. So you're going to see that I can block all of these pretty easily. See? They're very reactable. So it's not something that's really super strong. His mix normally is actually not that great, right? Because it's the buttons are just super far apart. So you're seeing there that I'm reacting to every time he's doing it. But if he's invisible, well, that becomes a different story, right? Because if you see the screen move, he could still be invisible, do this to you, and I mean, that's going to catch you, right? Or if this happens, he can go like this and do the low. So that could be a big deal. So if we can get him invisible, and then we can do the restand, well, then there's some tech there. Because we can go like this. The old invisible setup was this. Do this, your invis on Oki, right, and you do a lot of damage. So that was the route before. Now what you could do is this. And that restands them, and you're invisible, and you're plus 25. And then when you restand them from that setup, in that particular setup, they're plus 26, but it's always in the 20s. So that's really, really good because you have an overhead free and you have a low free. Now, you can keep comboing from it if you hit it, but that's not really what we want to use that for. We want to use that to get a free lower overhead because Smoke has a hard time kind of like getting in since he doesn't have good neutral buttons. So his neutral's hard, so if you can keep him restood and keep him guessing and you're invisible, well, that's just great. So this would be an example of like a realistic sequence. And just like that, you took most of their health with the new restand setup. So that's pretty good. That's actually really nice. He gets that was with Scorpion as an example. I could also show you like with Sub. It's pretty easy to convert that too. So with Sub-Zero, we could do this. This was the old Invis setup. Do this, right? And you would actually go Invis. Let me show you again. and now you're in base. See? So that's how it worked with Sub-Zero before. Well, now what you could do... See? And now you have Oki to go ahead and mix with. So a realistic sequence with that might look like this. See, and you're still taking a good chunk of their health from a mix that they can't react to. So that's a good example. You could do it with the low, you could do it with the overhead, and there you can see how I'm using the restand to kind of get like guaranteed 50-50s. So that's pretty cool. Keep in mind they can't armor out of most of these. The only thing they can armor out of is the overhead. So they have to guess, they have to hold that. Now, the other thing that's pretty neat is this move before, that's also special cancelable. So you can actually get a combo from that. So that's neat, I mean, but you were always able to do that. You just cancel early, and you can get a combo from that. See, that was already just 30% for a simple one. Now I'm going to switch back to Scorpion for this, but what's pretty cool is now it's just a little bit more, it's more easy to do that. You have more time to hit confirm it. So that could be nice because let's just say that, I don't know, let's just say that Kenshi's gonna wake up, get up mode on, and he's gonna do his soul charge, right? So you can actually get a combo from your armor break a lot easier because this, and the old damage was in the 50s. I think it was about 55. There we go. Yeah, 55. See? Now it's not going to be a damaging update. That move is not going to give him more damage. It's just mainly going to give him more, like, it's going to, like, ease of options, right? So, like, here, that's easier to hit confirm. And if somebody has 2 hits of armor, then that 3rd hit will break it. So that's kind of nice. You can do that, and you can get, like, an easy armor break combo. So now if somebody tries to armor, you could break it more easily. Again, you were always able to break it before, and you were always able to combo before. It's just easier to do it now. So that's one thing, and you're going to get a little bit less damage if you go that route. See? If you spend the bar, I think more realistic is a 1-bar combo, you'll get 43. See? So if you spend 2, you get about 50. So there's that. You could do that, and then you can also turn that into a restand. So let's just say they do this. Restand. See, and then you can go for your next combo, things like that. And finally, one other thing that I want to cover is his cancels. So I did mention before that his cancels, let me turn all this stuff off. So his cancels are always minus. See, so if you do this, it's -4, right? So that's -4, that's -5. That's -3. So all this stuff is all minus. Now, the only cancel he had that was neutral was this. And that was 0. And if you EX'd it, then it was +5. And that was his best plus cancel. Because anything else he EX'd was still negligible. That was +2. If I did this, that's +2. That's +1. See? So they were all pretty negligible. Now, it didn't guarantee his low, because he doesn't have a mid. None of these guaranteed his low. His low is 12 frames. This being +5, the best you could hope for was a trade, right? Because 12 - 5 is 7, and the most most characters have a 7-frame stand 1 that they can interrupt you or trade with your cancel. So finally, he actually has at least a cancel that is real. It is actually plus, and you do have to respect it. And that's if he lets this rip. That's plus 12. So if he does that, this is guaranteed afterward. So again, if I try to put him to, I'm gonna put him to do a recording, and we're just gonna go stand 1. Okay, simple. See? So he's actually gonna get every single time. He's gonna get caught with that. See? So that's actually kind of nice, because if you do like this, for example, now you're plus 12. So that's super good. You can't cancel individually. So if I cancel after the first hit, that's 0 and block. If I cancel after the second, I'm minus 10, that's actually punishable. And then if I cancel after all 3, it's plus 12. If you EX it, it's the same. So that's still 0. That's still minus 10. So the EX doesn't change the properties of that. So you can kind of get like a cool loop going where you can do, and it's going to jail into your stand 2, right? So you can actually go like this. You can go right, and you can try to like get some pressure going like that, and that could be pretty cool, because if they get hit, well, now you have a way to combo from it at the end after the last hit. So that's kind of neat. It does kind of like give them a little bit better cancel pressure, because now at least some of the cancels, you know, you can't poke after at least one of them or 2 of them if you spend bar. So that's kind of nice. But honestly, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's really the only thing that's changed with Smoke. He still struggles in the neutral. You know, he still doesn't have a good mid. So it would have been nice if they would have given him from forward 3 another option similar to this. So the same way that Liu Kang has like his mid, the mid that he does, he has a double mid. And so does Scorpion with his launcher, he also has a double mid version instead. So it would have been nice if Smoke had like this into a mid or this into a low, just to kind of check people from up blocking. Because right now he doesn't have a good string that he can just toss out. This, it's nice, but it's also all highs. So it's really easy to mess up. And if you try to cancel into this is actually unsafe. That's minus 14, and it's the same for the air one. It's also minus 14. Minus 12, I mean. And that's the same at minus 12 if you EX it. One other thing that's kind of a nice touch is he didn't really have the best Fatal Blow combos before, because it was always really hard to combo into it. Like if he had a combo like this, for example. Like since Scorpion was out, you didn't really have a way to combo to your Fatal. So now what's kind of nice is you do. If you do this, let's try it again. You can do that and go into your Fatal, and that's actually pretty good. So now you actually have a Fatal Blow combo that ends up doing more than 50, which is nice, but it is pretty expensive. There we have it, it does 54. So yeah, it is pretty expensive, and it's hard to say whether it's worth it, because you could also just get close to the same damage just by doing his combo route. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys found this guide useful, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else that you'd like for me to cover. I know it took me a couple of days to get back to the last request. Just been labbing a lot and other stuff. But yeah, just comment below and I'd be more than happy to make a video, you guys. But alright, this is Musha. Be easy.